Yo, 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 what's good, East Bear in the building? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kueen Talk. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this episode. It is our first episode, you guys. We've come a long ways on this series of Kueen Talk. I appreciate everybody sharing their amazing stories. There have been so many different stories. Feel like week after week, there's just another story. It's hard to catch up. So I would understand if you are not caught up all the way to the 81st episode. But if you are not, go check out queentalk.com. Make sure you guys go check out all of the stories that we have had on the platform. A lot of hours to catch up on, a lot of time. So cleaning, in the car ride, want to listen to something other than music, turn on Kueen Talk podcast, get to hear some of these stories told on the platform. Not only do we have 81 episodes out as of right now today, we're also still working on curating events for the community as well. And I'm excited to announce that we have our second holiday event. That is December 13th. It's going to be a great event. It's from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. There will be food, there will be a bar, music, games, and prizes. This event is for the older crowd, so please do not bring your kids to the event. I understand if you cannot make it because you have kids, but yeah, I just don't want us to be filtered in any way. I want us to enjoy the night. It's a Saturday, a month away. Find a babysitter for your kids. It's going to be a good time that you do not want to miss out on. This event, it's going to be an unforgettable environment. It's happening with the support of some of the community members here in Wichita as well. Center of Daring is sponsoring this event. Center of Daring is an organization that works with the other organizations, businesses, churches, and individuals who are ready to get courageous about transforming their spaces into places where everyone feels like they belong. They offer leadership consulting, mesh with principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as leadership coaching, public speaking, training sessions, and more. For more information on that, check out centerofdaring.com. We appreciate them for sponsoring this event. Liz Hammer is an amazing person, amazing human, and she does a lot of amazing work, and I just appreciate that. We have another sponsor for the event as well, who is Wichita Pride. Wichita Pride mission is to organize events that celebrate and unite our diverse community of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and allied people in the greater Wichita area. Wichita Pride is a proud sponsor of Kueen Talk and our stories that we share that inspire, educate, and connect. You can find Wichita Pride's community events on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Thank you so much, Wichita Pride, for sponsoring this event and everything you do here in Wichita as well. Again, that event is on December 13th. That is a Saturday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I just want to thank both of those sponsors for supporting this event. Again, this event will have food, a bar, music, games, and prizes. If you have been on Kueen Talk, your ticket is only $30. $30 to be a part of this experience. And don't worry, if you have not been a guest on Kueen Talk, it is only $35. This is early bird pricing. So on the 27th of November, the prices will go up. I've heard many of you state that you needed an extension, and I wanted to grant that. This is the early bird pricing. So on the 27th, the prices will go up. So make sure you guys get your tickets within the next 2 weeks so you can secure your spot at the early bird pricing. And I will state this is limited tickets available. So don't wait until last minute and then hit me up and I have to feel bad because you can't come to the event because it's capped out at capacity. So don't wait last minute, Wichita. I know how y'all like to wait last minute. And if you're not in Wichita and you want to come to this event, I would love to have you. So if you want to come to this event, just reach out to me personally. Hit my DMs on social media. If you have my cell phone number, connect with me on my cell phone. Email queentalk.com. Again, these tickets are limited. I'm trying to create this space here in Wichita for us, by us, and it's going to be an amazing event again. So if this is not your first time hearing about this event, get your tickets. Again, just contact me. We all need unity and to be uplifted right now by one another. So I encourage you to put yourself in those spaces, whether it's at this event or in others, to uplift yourself, fill your cup up. And it's important to do so. It makes a world of a difference. So just make sure you guys contact me if you're interested. Besides our events, we got an event, but it's been a long time since you guys seen me personally, just on the podcast. So I wanted to come on. I usually do it like on the 10th episode, but I got so carried away that I forgot to do it on the 80th. So I'm doing it on the 81st. So thank you guys for just continuing to rock with Kueen Talk, continuing to support and uplift these voices, hear these stories and experiences. And I want to know what you think of the last 10 episodes that we have had thus far. Like I said, if you missed them, go check them out. We've had a lot of amazing stories. I'm going to tell you what I think. Our 70th episode was Forrest. Y'all, Forrest is our favorite librarian who is also a part of Gay Magazine based in Atlanta. I enjoyed Forrest coming on here. You know, they've been in the game for a while. Atlanta is already ahead of the game. So for them to come on the podcast, for them to share their experiences and their stories and understand Midwest is on the map. We're putting this on the map. There are queer people of color here in Midwest, not just Atlanta. So it was nice for her to come on here, and it reminded me how important it is to get out there and continue to network, and not just in Wichita, and to see what other people are doing out there, because Wichita can get behind a little sometimes. So creating those events that other people are already doing, bringing it here to the Midwest, that is my goal. So Forrest, I appreciate you again for coming on the Kueen Talk podcast. She's very genuine. You will have to check her podcast out, and make sure you guys check out Gay Magazine as well. We had Bree, who shared her journey on the podcast as being a musician. The first thing I think of Bree is, I'm like, okay, they put their music out. Finally, they realized how easy it was to put their music out. And if you remember, Bree stated that they were going to put an episode out, one video a week, and Bree is still making that commitment today. So I've seen the videos. I've been a witness to them putting them out once a week. So keep continuing to do that. They have some new singles out as well, so go check that out. We also got Shantaray, who is the person behind Taste the Screen. And the first thing I think that comes to mind when I think of Shantaray's episode was you can literally pick up a habit one day and just it can become a passion. She literally picked up a camera, took a picture of her plate one day of her food, and was like, I'm going to be a food blogger. And now she's continuing to do that. I love the name, Taste the Screen. It's literally, the picture is you taste the food when you look at the screen. So I feel like that was just genius. You can check out her socials at Taste the Screen. And Shantaray is still continuing to promote, still continuing to be a photographer as well. So if you need a photographer looking for someone to take some pictures, check out Shantaray. We also had TK, if you guys remember, I played ball with TK, so it was good to get that history, throwback, sit down with her, because it had been a while, so it was good to just catch up with her story, see where she had been now. She's had a kid, and the thing that comes to mind when I think of her story is she is just willing to create and build community as well. How she gathers what would be a stereotype of like studs not fitting in together. She creates that space for them to come together. When I think of also how literally she thinks of something and she wants to do it and she could succeed. She wanted to be in the EMS. She applied. She wanted to start a clothing brand. She did. She actually just put a clothing brand out. It's called Toxic Waste Apparel. And if you want to find more information on that, it's on Instagram at toxic_waste_apparel. And it's Toxic Waste Apparel. It's a brand. It's a clothing brand. And like I said, if it's on TK's mind, she's going to get it done. She's a hustler. She works hard. And like I always say, it's important to continue to learn. And TK is the ultimate person that does that, because she will pick up a trade. If she thought about it yesterday and wants to pursue, she will do that. So make sure you guys go check out that episode. Guys, we had another episode with Donisha and Golden. Donisha and Golden, if you remember, they got engaged and they got married. They're based out of Texas. This was Donisha's first serious relationship, and she didn't have supportive family and chose Golden over her family. And I think that is a true testament into like being true to yourself, not letting your family dictate what your life is going to look like, which, if you remember right, her family is also very religious. So doing that and still having that faith and building that faith for herself it wasn't easy to navigate, but she did it. And that's what I think of when I think of this episode. And also with Golden, we talked about as family building yourself, getting that life insurance, making sure that you have the proper things in line to ensure your family is set up for you guys. So make sure you guys check out that episode. There's a lot of good nuggets in there with Donisha and Golden, how they met, stuck together, and it's a good one. We also got, y'all remember Braylon? Yeah, this one, I'm not going to lie. This episode was a great episode. I feel like Braylon was just an onion that was just picking the layers here and layering it off. I was shocked that some of the stuff came out. I was like, it came out, they had a kid in the episode, came out they were married in the past episode. I was just like, wait, that happened? He's married, he has a kid. I know everyone doesn't put their stuff on social media to where it's not out there for everyone to see, so I don't blame them at all. And it just threw me for a loop. People are private when it comes to things like that, not putting all of their stuff out there. So it was a good episode that you will have to catch out. It just reminds me, don't get pushed into things as well that you don't want to do, that is not right deep down, but you do it anyways because you're trying to please someone or you see potential in something. Do not do that for yourself. I think you need to make sure that you do what's right for you and you know what is right. So if you have not yet checked out that episode, make sure you guys check that out. Then we got Aja resilience, very much so. Aja has overcome a lot of stuff when it comes to mental health and the battles of that and getting the resources that she needed to be able to get because she could not get those growing up. She couldn't get those resources until she was 18, just not having that parent, that guidance to understand that this was mental health and needed a little bit more guidance. She didn't get her first therapist until 18 when she had been dealing with mental health all of her life. So I just think it's important to listen to your kids and get the proper resources that they need at an early age and not wait until they're adult to have to figure it out themselves. And also just like how we connected, Aja and I. One of her friends lives here in Kansas. Aja actually lived here before too. She's in California now. That's where she originally from. But her friend seen me at an event that I was doing and reached out to her and was like, hey, you got to be a part of this. So reached out to her friend in California. So if you guys know anyone as well, that would be great for this podcast. Send them to me. Let them know about it. Let them know they can get their story heard on this podcast and be a part of a community that hears and sees them. And it's just a casual conversation between us, so don't make it weird, So come join me. Our next episode was Cece and Kendra, who, if you remember right, they do the Stardust and Wanderlust. They have a travel group where they go on trips together with queer individuals. Sometimes the vacations are queer BIPOC. Sometimes they are with everyone, but they are always, always queer. So if you guys want to check them out, at stardust.wanderlust on social media to get more information on that. And their conversation was great too, because they both just picked up their lives and moved across the world to a different country. Like, I think that is dope. And just picking up and going to another country and figuring it out is very ambitious. And it gives you a different understanding of life. Like, okay, maybe you could do it too. Like, what's holding you back of just moving? Maybe not to a different country, right? That's a little... It wasn't extreme for them, but what not to a different state? What's taking you so long? What's stopping you? If you have the capability of doing so, why not? So if you listen to this, go check that episode out. Cece and Kendra, again, Stardust and Wanderlust for more information. It's a great one. We also have Brevon. Brevon is a musician, also in DC, located in DC, but was raised in Alaska. She learned the music by herself. Originally, she was a computer science major working in DC who still does that, but also is building her network up with the music. And go check out the singles that she has. Got Me Fucked Up, great song. And you can check out her socials at I'm Brevon on Instagram and other platforms as well. Like I said, it's a great music, R&B feel, great vibe. You will not be disappointed with her music at all. So go check her out on anywhere you can listen to music, And then the 80th episode we had last week, we had Cam, who is another musician. We had like 3 musicians this past 10 weeks, which is awesome. And when I say 10 weeks, it's crazy because that's 2 months, 2.5 months. It goes by so fast. This podcast makes the weeks go by so fast. Like, slow down. But Cam is a musician as well. He's been in the game for a while, since high school, damn near winning his talent shows in high school. And his family embraced him. He has been putting his music out, like I said, at a young age. This guy can play multiple instruments, pick it up, play it wherever. So he's very talented. And when I think of Cam, he's living his dream at a young age. And he's a barber by day, musician by night, but he's hustling, he's grinding, he's traveling for this music. So it's just great to see that he's actually living his dream. And not many people can say they're actually living their dream right now and at a young age. So go check that out. Cam's a great guy, and it was an awesome episode. And you can check them out on socials on Sounds of Cozart, and that's Kozart, Sounds of Cozart on social media platforms. So, man, yeah, that's been the last 10 episodes on Kueen Talk. A lot of amazing stories, like I said, all of them different and unique in their own way. And if you want to be a guest, make sure you reach out to me. I would love to have you as a guest here on Kueen Talk. Remember our event. If you want to be a part of these events that we're curating, just reach out to me. Again, December 13th is our event that Kueen Talk is hosting. It's our second annual event, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Limited tickets are available. I want to make that very clear that tickets are limited. So make sure you guys get your tickets soon. And it's going to be a great time, you guys. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited to have everyone in the building and celebrating one another. And if you want to check out more information on just the other episodes, catch up, you want to get some merch to support your family during these holidays, or just get some merch in general, check out kueentalk.com. We have some new releases that will be coming here pretty soon, so stay updated. If you guys would like to know first of these events, of the episodes, things that goes on, please sign up to our newsletter on kueentalk.com. Put your email in there so that it collects your information, so that when I send out emails, you guys get them. When I send out information on the holiday event party, you won't be one of the last to know. You'll be one of the first to know. So, yeah, just check out kueentalk.com. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. And I want to know what you thought of the last 10 episodes. What episode first comes to mind when you think of the last 10? What stood out to you the most? And who do you relate to the most? Let me know. And remember, as always, family, friends, strangers, love, and be nice.